Hi there. I'm about to demo the tool Operias. Currently in the world of code review, there are a lot of tools such as Microsoft CodeFlow and the GitHub pull request management system, which support the logistics of a code review. However, there are no real tools that help a code reviewer in actually analyzing the quality of a change that is under review. This is where Operias comes in. Operias provides a reviewer with the fine-grained test coverage change information. There are of course tools such as Cobertura that show the change in test coverage at a file level. However, none of these tools actually provide GitHub integration support. We demoed this tool with the aid of this sample project that we created. It consists of two classes, a multiplier and a divider, both of which take two integers as input, and either multiply them or divide them based on user input. We see that our divider class has an obvious flaw. It doesn't actually check if the divisor is equal to 0 or not. This will of course throw an exception during runtime, as can be seen over here. Of course, we can rectify this by actually adding a check in the divider class to see as to whether or not the divisor is actually 0. Now this new code that we've created checks as to whether or not it is 0. If it is, it just returns integer.max value. We can commit this code to a remote repository on GitHub and then issue a pull request to get it merged into the main source code. We see that our commit is now pushed to this repository on the branch Operias demo. And on this branch we can now issue a pull request to merge into master. As so. And we can create the pull request. Operias now actually checks out both versions of the code, the Operias demo branch and the master branch that we're trying to merge into. It executes Cobertura on both and creates a diff and then creates a report and posts a comment onto our pull request. We can see in this comment that it gives the reviewer a short overview as to what changed in terms of line coverage and condition coverage. Of course, the condition coverage now went up because we added a new condition in our code. And it also tells you exactly what was changed. For a more in-depth view, it provides this HTML report. In the HTML report, we see exactly what has changed in terms of line coverage and condition coverage in the package. The light pink over here marks out what was originally not covered. And in the light green we see what was originally covered in that package. And now we see, because of our change, that something else new has been covered, which is indicated by this darker green. This can also be seen in the condition coverage, where we see that the condition coverage went up by 25%. Now in the case of the divider class, we see that in the new version, which is marked out by this dark red, some more lines of code have not been covered, and whatever has been originally covered has remained as such. Also in terms of condition coverage, we do not cover all the conditions that are there or have been introduced in this new version. We can see a more in-depth view on a line-by-line basis in this view. The blue box over here indicates exactly what part of the code has changed. With the dark green, we see that this new line has been covered. The light green indicates stuff that has been covered previously in a previous commit, and the red indicates all the new code that has not been covered in this new commit. You can of course see the original coverage report, and you can see the revised coverage report to get a good indication as to what has changed. As we see in the coverage report, we don't really cover all the statements nor the branches. So as a code reviewer, I now choose to reject this pull request, as I feel it doesn't actually meet the community standards. As a developer, I'm forced to now add this extra test case that we see over here, which tests this edge case of division by 0. This commit is then again pushed to our existing demo branch, and we see that we can now issue another new pull request, but this time with good test coverage. Operias now proceeds to again check out this branch and compares it to the master and provides us with a new report after running Cobertura. This can be seen in this comment over here. We see that it sees that the new lines in test coverage have been added and new lines to the test suite have been added. It shows us that the condition coverage has gone up and that the line coverage has also gone up. And now as a code reviewer, I see that my comments have been taken on board and that I can actually merge this pull request.